The president-elect, meanwhile, here in the U.S., may be ready to pull the plug on another potential member of his cabinet.
Yeah, first Matt Gaetz, now perhaps Pete Hegseth. Doug Luzader is with us from Washington. Doug, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so Fox and Friends weekend co-host Pete Hegseth appears to be, at this point, on the outs with the incoming president for this possibility of Secretary of Defense. What do we know this morning?
Yeah, maybe so. It's tough to say. I mean, right now he still is the nominee that Trump has put forward here, but he's obviously running into some difficulties based on a number of concerns about his experience, as well as an allegation of sexual assault, which he denies. And as he's spending time on Capitol Hill trying to win over Republicans, there are some signs that he may not get across the finish line. We'll see. But there is this report in the Wall Street Journal this morning that the Trump team is considering a backup plan, and that backup plan may just be Florida Governor Ron Desantis. Now, again, this is a lot of speculation in all of this. This is one report out of the Wall Street Journal, but it shows the degree to which there may be concerns about Hegseth's nomination.
Yeah, a leak of that kind of magnitude, it seems, would be unlikely, just like kind of placed, by happenstance. But Florida Governor Ron Desantis, we know this, and President-elect Trump have kind of gone back and forth, friends, foes, over the years. So why do you think his name would be mentioned?
Well, yeah, I mean, they obviously had, they were very tight at one point, had a huge falling out, and now there's been some kind of détente between them. The other question here is whether DeSantis wants it. That's a pretty important question in all of this. Now, DeSantis does have executive experience. I mean, he's led, obviously, the government of Florida, the state government there, and he's got some pretty extensive veteran experience as a veteran as well. So, from that standpoint, he is not an unreasonable pick for this. It doesn't mean he'd sail right through, but he is probably more likely to get through the process than Hegseth right now. But you can't rule out Hegseth, and there are certainly a lot of Republicans that support his nomination.
Doug, one more question for you. What does all this with the Gaetz situation, with this Hegseth situation, say kind of behind the scenes, the subplot here with regard to Donald Trump's support within his own party?
Yeah, I mean, some of these just, Gaetz was just a bridge too far. It was pretty evident. And the thing with Gaetz is, they knew the issues with Gaetz going into this. All the allegations against him, that was something that was known to the Trump team. There are some indications that they may not have been aware of some of the issues involving Pete Hegseth. They may have been somewhat blindsided there. So there is a difference. And there may be some anger with the Trump team about the fact that they learned about this kind of late in the game by a number of indications. So we don't know. I mean, all we know is that publicly, Trump still backs Hegseth, but I don't think it's going to shock anyone to learn that there is a plan B in the works here, perhaps.
Yeah. All right, Doug Luzader there in Washington. Talk to you again tomorrow.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.